welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church or Church of Gerch, depending on where you know me from, and welcome to Madman Review. Today we're taking a look at Blacksmith Master. Now, if you say, doesn't that sound familiar? You would be correct, as I just did a small little series chronicling my adventures in Tavern Master. So this time, I'm just doing a simple review, as this game has just recently come out. I want to say probably within the last month or so. So it's a new game. It is just brought out there, and it's like most indie games. It's one person. They haven't been able to put out much updates or content updates as they'd like, but they just did one here recently, not too long ago. And so we're just going to kind of take a look at the game as I've progressed through it. Now, this is brand new. It's only been out for a month, maybe two, and honestly, it hasn't gone very far. So we'll just kind of take a look. This is going to be a shorter one for sure because of that fact. So if we take a look at it, you start with these merchants, and basically they want you to make stuff for them. They call you out, and they tell you what reward. You need the blueprints to make new blueprints. These you can kind of see if you get money, how much money you get. And there's these chests, which, as you can see, contains are unknown, and they have a low chance of something valuable. This one, of course, has a higher chance. And there's like a medium one. It's not on here. And I can get rid of these when one's done. I can accept it, and then accept another one, and there's a whole nother list. You start off with stuff like this. You come down here. You can't see it. What I'm covering with my camera is eventually you unlock a mines, and you unlock logging. So you don't actually have to pay for your stuff. You can hire people. Well, technically you do because you hire people, but you have to, you can have them chop it down for you, mine the ore up for you, and then turn it into bars and timber and stuff like that. So you eventually also open up a shop front, which is where this is right here. This is my shop front. Cashiers, shelving, each tells the blacksmiths what they need to make, or carpenters what they need to make to put out on the shelf. You can see a pretty sparse, limited stuff here, because the game is still fairly new, and they kind of haven't quite figured out how the game works or how things should be prioritized. And they did just do an update, which you can see here. I've got stuff I can learn. Second. You can see the blacksmith stations. They heat up the ingot, they pound out the ingot, and they cool it off to these workbenches, which if it's a multi-tier item, so it has more fat, like a handle and a pickaxe head, they'll craft the handle, craft the pickaxe head, and then they'll put it all together at these workbenches. You can get pallets here. Now, so here's my warehouse. You can kind of see this is where the deliveries go to every day. Item chest. The item chest will basically store items. Logs for logs, obviously. But it'll store items, the blacksmiths, and we'll put them in here, and then these assistants will come and take these items out and either put them on the shelves, or put them here, or they'll come over here, get this stuff, and refill these. And as the other one, just like Tavern Master, there's also levels. So you can see I'm on the ground level. I think my game just froze. My game did just freeze. There it goes. Okay. So there was a guy that I got that was an elite. And that's the other thing. This is how you get elites. You do 17 of these, you get an elite. 17 more, you get another elite. He gave me the ability to have a second basement. As you can see, it's empty because I really don't know what to put in it. Just like I've got these setups here. See, pretty much everything is iron to make steel, then large steel. You have your copper to make your brass. Is it brass or is it bronze? Bronze. To make your bronze, and then your large bronze. silver to make silver, and then eventually I'll have here gold, but as you can see, it's just iron and random stuff here, because I can't get gold yet. I could get gold. That's not a big issue. It's just the requirements for gold. So we'll unlock this medium furnace, which, as you can see, when you craft an item, you get basically a mark saying you crafted an item at that quality. And these marks are basically kind of like how in Tavern Master, you needed the certain labeled people like the royals or the uncommon. Same kind of thing. So they just did an update which made a large furnace unlocks the widest furnace, which can be used by 4 blacksmiths simultaneously, which is really nice because this is my current layout. Yes, I intentionally left a gap in between each one of these for walking, but I can imagine if I go to like crafting here and I see this, what's a medium furnace look like? Well, it takes about the same space as one with a gap on either side. And I believe the medium allows up to like 2? Yeah, 2. So it takes up the space of this one, which only one blacksmith could work at, which is why I have so many. And then of course, a large furnace, which allows 4, which takes up almost all the space, 2. So now I can have more blacksmiths for smaller space. Now, one of the reasons why I kind of haven't continued, and then I have all the large smelters down there, pottery wheel, jewelry, design, that's how you get higher tiers. So you will have, let's just go. You'll have your blacksmith that are up here, and they'll get essentially research points. These research points will then allow you to come here and then upgrade. Just another thing here. And then instead of beds or anything, or hiring people just standing there, you benches. You take all these benches and you put them down. That's where they sit. As you can see, I have a lot of people because this takes a lot of people. So let's go through the bottom here. This is your crafting. Kind of simplified. Your building, your carpets, your crafting, all the different things you need, tools, storage, decoration, lights, stairs, staff. So it's still pretty minimalistic. I don't have a sharpening wheel out. Like I said, there's the carpentry tables, which are here. I have all the top tier smelters out, which is down there. Yes, I have all the top tier smelters out. And then there's this new thing they added, pottery, and then they added jewelry, which you can see I've unlocked. But as you can see, I have first, second, third, fourth floor. Everything's kind of empty because I don't really know what to do with it. And if you look, I've got 462,000 gold. You think, oh, that's actually a lot. 239 people come in per day. Day 89. And I think, oh, that's a lot. Now let's take a look at my staff. Total wages is 18,000. That's a day that I pay. That's just for these. And this barely gets me by. And just for this, which barely gets me by, 2 cashiers, totally fine. And then, like I said, I've unlocked the iron, the copper, and the silver mine, which I'll go to in a second. And I've unlocked the oak and the pine. Blueprints. Got plenty of blueprints. What I don't have is the blueprint points. You can see all these things I haven't unlocked yet. Just because I, for some reason, can't get them to produce enough of these products. As you can see, 176 of this butcher's knife for 1 point. And 77, 154. So I might have tried to, I might have Icarus myself on this playthrough. But then again, the game is constantly going to be updated. The game is constantly going to be changed. So it's hard to say, like, I've completely screwed the save up. in like a year or so, when I do a re-review, because that's what I plan on doing with these indie titles, is give them a year or two to breathe, let them grow, play them again, because that's kind of what I do with these games. You can hear the music. I can't even know. It's not too loud, but I actually really enjoy the music from Tavern Master and Blacksmith Master. As you can see, I don't have any gold, I don't have any clay, and I don't have any of, I forget if this is birch, I think. And you think, well, where am I going to get that? Here's the menu for merchants. Well, this is how you get it. Here's the birch woods, the gem mines for the jewelry, gold mines, and the clay. And you think, okay, so what do you need to do? Well, you have to have specific blacksmiths set to produce these items, and then they trade these items for the clay, the gold, the lumber, whatever. And you can unlock it so you can do multiple tiers at a time. Not bad, but then you have to take blacksmiths away from your focus of either putting stuff in the shop or building for merchants. Which already, as you can see, I have a ton of blacksmiths. There's a lot of them. These guys are crafting for merchants. These guys are crafting for racks. These guys are just getting me points for design. And yet, these have been sitting here for, I'm thinking, some of these have been going on for an in-game week. So let's start the day. Just gonna show you how the game runs. Now that I've kind of explained most things, gives you a little message. This is what I've deposited in the warehouse. Speed it up. So the assistants that are assigned to take things out to the racks will take the items designated from here out to here. Or for the merchants, go here. The ones assistants designated to take things out to the racks will take things out to the racks. As you can see, assistant, transfer items. I'm going to show a little symbol here. This will go to the merchants. This shelf will go here. Then you have to have assistants to stock raw resources. These guys will come over here, grab what they need from here, and then take it to either one of these, or if we go down here, the assistant will take it to one of these bins, drop it off. Now, then, on top of all that, you now need an assistant to craft an ingot. So now, you need one assistant to now take an ore, to put it here, to put it there after it's done. Then you'll need another assistant to take it from here to here, to put it on here, and then another assistant, because this is your steel, to go from here to here to a large steel ingot. So you now have 3 assistants to make one large steel ingot. The only ingots you can, as of right now, buy are the iron. And they're pretty costly. Yeah, everything else you have to mine it and then take it out. So I'm pretty good stockpiled on this, on the ingots themselves. So I'm not too worried about that. But now, there's these chests, these will hold the items, like I said, for these and this. There's other items that you can build here. There's the clay storage, the gem storage, trade route crate. Now this is where the blacksmiths will put items that are needed to go get the clay or to get the gold or the birch or the gems. So you'll need a whole nother set of blacksmiths just for crafting trade route items and assistants to carry those to the trade route boxes. You can see the green arrows telling me I can upgrade my clay pit. The thing here, this is telling me I have people leveled up. Good thing, everybody maxes out, everybody gets all stats, so go to here, I can just do that. When this assistant hits max level, which I believe is 10, this will be maxed and this will be maxed. That's a nice change between the two games, between Tavern Master and then, once an ingot is done, say I need these ingots to come up top here or to another floor, you'll need an assistant to go from one thing to another. So I have an entire set of assistants that will take iron ingots, bring it to here, bronze ingots, copper ingots, take it here, And it's just, that's all they do. And they literally just do that. So if they're not, if none of these get used, just sitting here. As you can see, I'll probably have a handful of them, yeah, just sitting here because whatever tasks they're assigned to, they can't do. See the guys researching. And that happens a lot, especially with mostly everything takes these ingots. Mostly everything. As you can see, kind of where I'm stuck at is my net for the day is 21. My wages for the day is 18. I spent money on stuff. So for a total loss of 7,000 gold. The workers will keep going until they completely finish. So as you can see, if I hire more, I start losing way more money trying to get clay and the gold and stuff, and trying to think, well, the better stuff you make, the higher stuff. There might also be things around here that I could get rid of that are lower end that don't sell for as much, make a little bit more money. But the big thing is these. These are what get you the money. Problem is like, it's been a whole day and maybe one of these filled. Which is, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blacksmiths working on filling those crates. Or I have 5 assistants working on those crates. I have 1, 2, got the wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 blacksmiths working on these crates, and they didn't even finish one in the day. And this one isn't that hard to make. This one's actually one of the really more simple items. So that's kind of where my grievance is right now. See, this guy's level 12. By the time, I believe blacksmiths are level 15. No, blacksmiths are level 20 max, and you can get them all 3 of these, or all 4 of these maxed out. They also added traits, just like the tavern, and then the thing here, I can change what he does. His design, if he does trade routes, merchants, racks. What I want him to do specifically. How much he costs. Anything else I need. Now we'll start the next day. So far there's been almost no random events. It seems like they didn't, whoever, the creator of this, I don't know his or her name, but it seems like they thought the whole thief thing was kind of dumb, so they left it out. So you can see I don't have a guard. These are just suits of armor, stands. So let's finish leveling. My cashier leveled up. Yeah, even the cashier has its own unique traits, and now the cashier is mastered. Level 15. Let's see. Or mining. So let's go over here. You can see this is my iron mine, then I can flip to my copper mine, which each one of these has their own unique kind of thing. See, I can go here and I can buy things, rest area, crate elevator, drinks, things like that. Then the silver, obviously, I didn't show the silver. Then I have oak forest, pine forest, which is interesting because you can kind of see him chop everything down. And then as soon as the hail, every single tree is chopped down, you move them to the next area. So it's kind of one of those just neat little things they throw out there. So as soon as like they get this pile done, they'll... I didn't realize I only had one chopping block. Oh, look at that. For a second. Didn't realize I only had one chopping block. That's why these guys are not producing as fast. Put another one And then like these are also assignable. Same thing with the mine. You can assign them to do specifically one thing. Then they have positives and negatives that they can get. You can only use your pickaxe or carry ore or both. Same thing with these lumberjacks. Cut log, chop wood. So it looks like I have 3. So purchase. Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna purchase one. And then as soon as they finish this pile, they'll basically say, hey, we need to move to another forest. You move them to another forest. So let's go back. Alright. So I'm gonna go up. Let's real quick. Blacksmith, I have enough points. This to legendary. So now this silver goblet sells for more. Now let's see, I got this. Now let's see what I can get. Nice. Clearly someone packed this chest with care. Everything inside totals a generous 96,000. So that wasn't too bad. 96,000 compared to like a 14 or a 34. Or I mean, this could literally be a dud and give me like 100. Now I get to choose another one. Another thing is you pick which one you want. You can kind of see this is blacked out, meaning I can't make it. I have it, but I can't make it. So I like to look at this. I need these research points, so I'm going to say wooden pitchfork, choose. I'm only going to make 150. I need 156 of them. If only I get 7,000 gold, but I get a point, which is what I desperately need. So you see, I now made 96 on merchant offers. So that was the thing I just turned in. It's the item sale. So I made a decent amount. Total positive, I made 96. Bad. You can see, still lost about 19,000, which wouldn't be too bad if I was actually, start the next day. If I was doing one of these a day, that wouldn't be too bad, and I probably could up how many more blacksmith I have to do like the trade route and start building pottery, because as soon as you get ability to do pottery and jewelry, you now need blacksmiths to be making items to give the clay, to get the clay and the gold and the gems and the jewels. And you need the blacksmiths to be making said pottery and jewelry. So I can understand why there's so many levels, why you have so many, why they give you this many, but the cost per day for what that would be is just insane in comparison to what you can make. I thought I had hired too many people when I realized that. I thought I'd hired way too many. When I realized that, no, I need a lot more. And I need to figure out a way how to make more money. I need to figure out how I'm supposed to be able to get 1 to 2 done a day. But up until this point, I actually had a lot of fun with it. It was actually a lot of fun setting this stuff up, doing a little bit of decorating. As you can see, I got some pictures up, some curtains. I put little flower pots, wine plots. My name, Smith's Smithy. I just was thinking of something stupid. I could definitely go through and see if by changing these out for the 4 large furnaces anything happens, but I think I'm gonna let this game sit for a couple more months. I just saw in the last update that the creator finally has some time to put some more TLC into the game, and there was already some pretty major changes from what I saw from just playing. So alrighty, here we go. Look at that. Boom. Take another one. What do I want to take? There's also timed one of these where if you can do this entire thing in one day, what I'm saying. If I get one or two of these done a day, 64,000 for this would be quite a pretty penny, and I could hire a lot more. That's also another thing. Where in Tavern Master, you would typically go through and you do these quests to get the wallpapers and the floor decorations, floor tiles. Here, it's this pitchfork or precision bow. Let's do a precision bow. And then those merchant quests change daily, so it's not like you can just. I can actually do this. So let's do this with that. Let's bump it up. Yeah. One more here. Maxed out on everything. So yeah, 20 is going to be the max on Blacksmith. That'll take Potter all the way up. And probably once I unlock the ability to do jewelry, as you can see, I think I can hire jewelers. Let's see. No, I can't hire anything like a jeweler. So I have a feeling they'll probably jump to like 25 once I unlock the ability to do jewelry. So they'll probably jump to 25 and then that'll be the max. Different, very nice, a lot of fun. Just it's gonna need, yeah, see 35 compared to an 18. That's a 16k profit. That definitely would be. I'd be able to get I'd be able to start getting up there if I was being able to do one merchant offer a day. So that's where I'm gonna leave this. Right there. Pretty much have seen everything I can think of. All the different changes between Tavern Master and this game. Pretty much the building's exactly the same, the carpets are exactly the same. Pretty much a lot of stuff was just moved over from one to the other. A lot of the assets just moved from one to the other. So, go from there. So I'll probably do another review on this in a year, maybe 2 from now. Just kind of see where it's at. I'm thinking I might try to do every year, every other year or so. Depending on how much the game's updated. Try to replay it, because that's what I like about these indie games, is that you play it once, year and a half, it's a brand new game, or it's got brand new content, and you get a whole new experience for something that only cost, I think this game was so yeah, I had fun. I played it 10-15 hours in that area, and I'm hoping and waiting to play more. So this is where we're gonna end it. I thought this was gonna be a short one, but actually there was a lot more content because I didn't even go through decorations. There's actually a little bit more content and stuff than I thought. But again, this is where I'm gonna end this one. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you've picked this game up or if you've played Tavern Master, or if you're excited to play this one. I know I was super excited when he or she announced this game. So until next time, you stay you. Most important, adventure on.